On this week's SUPboarder Independent Review, we are going to be looking at the JP Australia Cruisair 11.6x30. The Cruisair is designed for general cruising, obviously, fitness paddling and a bit of light touring as well. Made by well-known and respected JP Australia, this comes in at 11.6 long, 30 inches wide, 6 inches thick, 311 litres in volume. It only weighs 8 kilograms and it retails at £849. Comes in a single US box fin setup, and the materials in the board are drop stitched internal core with their pre-laminated outer shell of PVC layers wrapped around the board as well. This board is also available in the SE, which is their superior edition, which also comes with a windsurf attachment in the centre. The first SUPboard impressions of the board, well, you really can't deny the board is light when you pick it up. At only 8 kilograms, it's definitely one of the lightest 11.6 boards or touring cruising boards on the market at the moment. Has a really nice outline shape, offering you a large amount of glide and easy paddling, which is exactly what you want for touring and cruising. Still enough amount of width in the board though, so if you're not super stable on your feet, the beginners can get into it as well and have an easy paddling experience. Looking at the fittings, you've got the stuff you'd expect to have on a cruising touring board, like your bungee straps, the large carry handle, big EVA deck pad, leashing point at the back there. Pressure valve or inflation valve is at the front on all the JPs, which is quite interesting. Obviously when you come to rolling it up, you're going to roll it up from tail to nose instead of the other way around, which is from nose to tail on other brands. The real strength of this board, because it's 11.6x30, just a little bit longer than some other cruising boards on the market, it does make the board very easy to paddle in a straight line with a large amount of glide, which, as we said before, is really what you want for that general all-round fitness cruising paddling. Super easy, don't need to think about it, just pump it up and away you go. Has a little bit more nose kick just in the last sort of 6 to 8 inches on the nose of the board there, just so it stops you burying or catching any bumps if you're going into wind, which does actually really help, and it definitely keeps the board drier than it would be on a normal board, which is generally a bit flatter towards the nose. It's quite a common thing. All the JPs have got a bit more nose rocker than the other iSUPs, like we tested the JP Surf Air, which was a cracking board with that extra nose rocker and really made it easy to surf. This board is pumped up to its recommended PSI pressure of 15, and when we put it on our deflection test, which is where we put the board on a gap of 1.5 meters apart and a weight of 75 kilograms in the center, it drops 17 millimeters, which is pretty good, and it sits exactly where it should do for its construction and its thickness if you compare it to the other review boards on SUPboarder. Turning the board over and looking at the bottom of the board, you can see there the extra little bit of nose kick right in the first sort of 8 inches of the board, flat throughout the midsection, and a tiny bit of tail kick, just a tiny bit right at the tail there, which again does help if you're sort of doing more choppy wind, sort of all-round paddling conditions. You could even catch some waves with this board, to be honest, because it has got that little rocker line that's set up for a real all-round paddling experience. So with the fin box, as we said, is a single US box fin. The fin is a moderate average size, not the biggest of fins, but a nice swept back shape that's going to suit sort of all-round paddling again. It has a easy sort of screw system, which you don't need a screwdriver. You just unscrew the sort of knob at the back there, knock the fin forward, and the US box fin comes out. You won't lose this screw, it's not going to come out, and you don't need a screwdriver when you go to the beach or anything, so very simple and nice system that works well. Put it back in, screw it up, and the fin box itself does fit the fin really well, and it's perfectly fitted there. Moving on to the pump and bag. The bag itself is a very lightweight, sort of very big opening bag. You can get the board in very easily. Opens up like that, drainage holes on the sides, pull down, clip down points to tighten the bag up. A simple backpack, but well padded around the shoulders, which is comfortable on the shoulders, but no padding around the back area and no wheels. So a simple lightweight bag. And then the pump itself as well is a double action, 2 ways. It pumps on the upstroke and on the downstroke. Smaller chamber, but then you can change it so it just pumps on the downstroke. And the pump is rated up to around the 30 psi, so the pump easily puts 15 psi into the board. As we said, so you can get this version in the superior edition, the SE edition, but it comes with that windsurf attachment. So if you're into windsurfing and you're going to get into windsurfing, we think this board shape with this outline would really lend itself well to mucking about with the family and getting back on your windsurfing kit and putting it on your iSUP as well. Negatives or downsides? Well, I'm going to bring negatives and downsides and value for money in together, because unfortunately £849, it is up there. It's not a really expensive board, but if you compare it to other boards on the market, you don't get as much as you do in the package. The bag is lightweight, does the job, but hasn't got the wheels and stuff. The handle is good, isn't padded and stuff like that, and the fin itself, it's a simple plastic fin, maybe could do with being a little bit bigger. The board is a good quality product, but generally just a little bit more than we'd expect to pay at $849. So the overall SUPboarder verdict, well, it's definitely the lightest iSUP of this size that we have ever tested, and it is super easy to paddle, and it's going to suit a really wide range of paddlers, probably right down from the featherweights all the way up to the sort of 95 kilogram paddlers. It's a little bit expensive for its price point. You still get the good JP quality, and it's going to sit at 3.5 stars on the SUPboarder review. I hope you found that independent board review interesting and informative. Remember, if you want to find out more about this board and what we compare it to with other boards, check out SUPboarder PRO. We're going to go over the Starboards, the Naishes, the Red Puddle Coves, the Shark Sups, the Ribers, all the other sort of brands that we can't bear to mention because there's so many of them. So check out SUPboarder PRO. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on SUPboarder Mag or on YouTube.